dancing till the morning light. Do you feel the rumble? I don't care if you stumble. Tell the police break away. You don't care 'cause it's moving day. Hey, let me fight. Come on, nobody bring back. Finally we can let go. Celebrate. And we gonna shake down the road. Yeah, 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 we gonna shake down the road. Ay, 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 feel it rumble as we begin to move. Disturb the beats. Don't care what nobody do. It's up to me and you. Let the rhythm guide you through. Yeah, we're breaking all the rules. We ain't going home 'cause it's party time. Can you feel the vibe? Everyone dancing till the morning light. Do you feel the rumble? I don't care if you stumble. Tell the police break away. We don't care 'cause it's moving day. And what nobody say? 'Cause I didn't so wanna do today. Had me and you spelling that away. Celebrate. And we gonna
This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. ZNS Network is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. It is located at Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, Centerville, Nassau. Our programming is designed to inform, educate, and entertain. We invite you to join us.
The following is a preamble of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Whereas 481 years ago, the rediscovery of this family of islands, rocks and keys, heralded the rebirth of the New World. And whereas the people of this family of islands, recognizing that the preservation of their freedom will be guaranteed by a national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, unity, and an abiding respect for Christian values and the rule of law. Now, know we therefore, we the inheritors of and successors to this family of islands, recognizing the supremacy of God and believing in the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, do hereby proclaim in solemn praise the establishment of a free and democratic sovereign nation, founded on spiritual values, and in which no man, woman, or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone, or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It's Thursday, March 10th, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, the largest cruise ship docks in Bahamian waters. Student volunteers make the island of Eleuthera clean, green, and pristine. And Crystal Darling works up a sweat. So let's start the morning off right.
The Morning Edition is brought to you by We Buy, You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
Don't count the days, make the days count. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm counting the days to the big day. It is soon here. I'm Charles Fisher.
The big 5-0?
Yeah, the big 5-0 is soon here, so everybody get ready for that. I'm ready for today. We have a very busy day, not only news-wise, but we have a very busy day here on the Morning Edition. What's the topic for this morning?
I see you're wearing your
kidney.
pin.
Supporting once again. We're wearing our green to support kidney. What else do we have on the...
We have a young attorney and her brother. They're doing an initiative this weekend to celebrate her birthday, so we're going to speak to them later on in the show.
And I was trying to figure out what Chrissy was doing there in that video, working out. But yesterday I went on the farm, and I want to tell you the story. I went to Sinclair's farm. I went to get some stuff. I was going to cook some soup, but the soup didn't come out. So I went there and I got this. I got 3 Malayan apples. These are what you call this is what you call a Malayan apple. I had 3 home, and then I stepped outside to walk my dog, and when I walked back inside here, that was the blender going off, and my wife was actually mixing this to do. I said, hey. They for LaDawn tomorrow. So this was the only one that I was able to bring for you. It is called a Malayan apple. It tastes just like an apple. Take it.
No, this look like something else.
This is a Malayan apple.
You sure?
Sure. I've eaten it before. You go on down to Sinclair Farm and you can get that. You know, it tastes just like a real apple.
No, not good. It's sour and it's crunchy.
Oh, Lord. No. I wanted to bring her a treat this morning because all week she's been saying that she was going to cook breakfast for me. So I bought her this nice Malayan apple, but she didn't like it. So what am I going to do for you now?
You need to find something else.
Something else. But let's take it down to the streets where Crystal Darling is standing by with our morning traffic. Good morning, Chrissy. Getting ready for that big workout later in the show.
Good morning, Fisher, and good morning, LaDawn. Why didn't you tell me we were wearing green today? I didn't get the memo. Okay, well, we're out here at Fort Montague, and this is a beautiful view out here. The air is fresh, the sun is shining, the seagulls are chirping, and I'm here this morning with Officer Patrick Kemp. Good morning.
Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Bahamas. Certainly this is a beautiful morning, and we should be grateful, and even to be in the land of the living, we should definitely be grateful and give all thanks to the Most High for it.
Okay, thank you, Officer Kemp. So today we're standing right across from Paradise Island. There's a beautiful view here. Could you tell us about traffic rules on Paradise Island? I want to remind the drivers who commute to Paradise Island, especially, that the traffic law still applies. You're not in a whole different country, and even then, they have rules when it concerns obeying the traffic laws. Wearing your seatbelt, obeying a traffic light. The children still must be properly seated in a child protective seat. It still applies. All right. So I don't want, when I stop persons when I go over the island, they're shocked to see a police officer that's actually on the island that's enforcing the laws, and by extension, even the family islands. I want to say to my viewers and the persons on the family island, please, the laws, it doesn't change. All right, it doesn't just apply for Grand Bahama and New Providence. It applies by extension to the family islands. To please utilize your seatbelt, obey the speed limit, make sure those kids are in the child protective seat, and be courteous to the other drivers as you travel through the streets of New Providence and by extension the family islands. Okay, and we're also in this part of the island where there are a lot of sidewalks. You know, we're fortunate to have sidewalks out in the eastern area. Could you tell us, have some advice for pedestrians?
Crystal, not only in the eastern area, I must say throughout the island period, we have persons, the sidewalk is obviously there to be utilized for your safety, right? And persons still refuse to use them. A lot of persons who are exercising in the morning will turn around and still walk on the main road. You
know what I mean? And the sidewalk is empty. So I want to say that the persons who exercise and our pedestrians utilize good judgment and common sense and use the sidewalk. It's there for your protection. And Crystal, I must say, please, for a few seconds, the big day for Fisher, and a special day on November 19th. I believe he has something brewing in the kitchen in his mind, and I want him to do something special with sardine. LaDawn cannot wait to do something with sardine, and I know he got something in mind, and I can't wait.
Okay, thank you so much for that advice, Officer Camp. Back to you in the studio, Fisher and LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Campy. I'm right in the kitchen now, mixing up those ingredients. Well, we are waking up to 75 degrees, mostly sunny. Winds southeast at 10 miles per hour. Humidity 83%. Our high pressure ridging continues to promote moderate to locally fresh winds over the Bahamas throughout tonight. For all areas, weather partly to mostly sunny, a bit breezy and warm with a chance of a few stray showers today, turning mostly fair tonight. The high temperature today, 84 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low of 70. And as we look ahead to Friday and Saturday, mostly sunny and nice on Friday, 84 on the day, 72 at night, and then on Saturday, some clouds here and there, winds gradually subsiding late in the afternoon, 85 in the day, 66 at night.
Finance Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis delivering a midterm budget to Parliament Wednesday, which he says is intended to reallocate government resources, prioritize relief, and lay the foundation for a robust economic recovery. The Prime Minister noting that his government has begun to take steps back from a fiscal cliff, but should not rest on its laurels. He indicated that as a result of the global shocks of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, consumers can expect inflation to persist.
On the prices front, increasing global inflationary pressure has translated into domestic inflation, peaking at 4.12% in September 2021. In the short term, we expect inflationary pressures to continue throughout this fiscal year.
The Free National Movement responding to the Prime Minister's mid-year budget communication delivered in the House Wednesday. Opposition leader Michael Pintar believes the budget lacked a clear plan for the country's economic growth.
And what you did not hear from the Prime Minister was what is the prosperity plan? What is the plan for growth and development of the economy as we emerge, hopefully, from COVID? And so that disturbed me, that he spent a lot more time seeking to muddy the water. And so my concern is that the Prime Minister ought to stay focused in terms of what are the specific initiatives, policy positions that's going to help us grow this economy, to absorb the unemployment, to create ownership for Bahamians.
An increase in bus and taxi fares could soon be on the way. Minister of Transport and Housing, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, revealed that the increase is being considered after recently meeting with transport industry stakeholders who suggested what a new rate structure would look like. The Transport Minister confirmed a decision on the matter will be made in a few months.
During COVID, they were shut down, and their business flourishes off of the economy being open and movement of people. And so they've taken a big hit to their businesses, and so they spoke about a potential increase or the allowance of them increasing the fees, simply because I think the last time it was done was probably 10, 12 years ago, and it's kind of hurting their business because inflation goes up and we still have seen the same prices for years.
The Immigration Department sent more Haitians home to Port-au-Prince on 2 Bahamas Air charter flights Wednesday. The first flight at 8 o'clock comprised of 178 Haitian nationals on board. That's 77 men, 33 women, and 15 juveniles. At 10:02 a.m., the second charter left with 49 men and 4 women. The department's deportation team followed all COVID-19 protocols as the health, welfare, officer safety, law enforcement counterparts, and migrants remain their highest priority in this COVID-19 environment. A new community center will be constructed on Lewis Street in the Bain and Grantstown constituency thanks to a $500,000 donation from FTX Digital Markets to Lend a Hand Bahamas. FTX has also committed to matching a further $500,000 donation to Lend a Hand Bahamas' donations for the year. During a groundbreaking ceremony on Wednesday, Minister of Education, Technology, and Vocational Training, the Honorable Gladys Hannah Martin, talked about the center's benefits.
You got so many gifted young kids who just need an opportunity. And when the opportunity escapes them, then it's like wealth lying fallow. then it loses its value. But when we tap into it and refine it, Lord have mercy.
Cable Bahamas Group of Companies is celebrating women in technology. We're taking this opportunity to pause and highlight the leading ladies in information, communication, and technology who are breaking stereotypes and shattering glass ceilings. We hope you'll join us in honoring the tremendous girl power that keeps our community connected.
Shipping and delivery service. They are fast and efficient. They bring the ease of shopping to your fingertips. Free delivery and no dimensional weight charge. They're also offering 25% sign-up discount for the first 6 months. Make sure give Blue Waters a call today at 1-242-803-5604. Visit their website today at bwshipping242.com. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Well, a young attorney is trading off her birthday celebrations to give back to the community in a big way. This coming Saturday, starting at noon, attorney Christian Butler will be providing hot meals and other necessities to residents at the Masons Addition Park. Kristen, along with the event's organizer, Christian Butler, joins us live in studio to give us more insight on the initiative. Lady and gent, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you for having us.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, Kristen, let's start with you. Why did you see the need to do this community outreach on your birthday, and why is this so special to you?
This is special to me because I always feel that if you can help someone along the way, then your living will definitely not be in vain. This is something that I've been wanting to do. However, the time right now is the right time. So I just want to give back to the community in a special way.
And how crucial is it for young attorneys like yourself to give back?
It's very important to give back. As you know, becoming an attorney is very stressful, and you have persons who are there with you, helping you to get to where you need to be. And if you are able to help others, then it makes life a lot easier.
So, Krishan, tell us more about the event this coming Saturday and how many people are expected to turn out, rather, or you're expecting to turn out, rather.
Good morning, Bahamas. And so Saturday, March 12th is going to be a good run. I'm excited for it. We're looking be prepared for about maybe 600 to 700 persons. We're not sure if all of them are going to come out, but we want to be extra safe. And so Saturday is going to be very exciting. We got games and food and drinks and everything. We also brought out a DJ. My Christian gave me the idea, and she was like, she wanted to get back in so we could have played like some of the island games and stuff like that. So we're gonna have a lot of those things going on: sack race, egg and spoon. They even went back to the hoopla days. So all these things was going to be in effect on Saturday. So I'm just excited to see how it's gonna turn out.
And do you think residents will actually take part in this initiative, seeing that we're in a COVID environment, do you think?
And I honestly do think that. Christian didn't mention to you, but we didn't just pick Masons Addition Park just off of the strength of picking it. Way back in 2003, 2004, we actually was in the Farm Road band. And so we build connections from then, and we're still in contact up to the day with the same people who was in the band with us. Some have moved on, and so on and so forth. So everybody is still excited. They looking forward to hearing from us, and so we're going to see how this play out.
And tell persons where and when and what time they should come out for the event.
And so the event is March 12th on Masons Addition Park, Centerville and Farm Road. We're going to be out there from 11 to 2. We got permission from the authorities. We also prayed over the park, and so we're going to see how that play out. We actually reached out to a lot of different sponsors, Kiwanis, the Zetas, other partners, young-oriented business owners, and so we're going to see how it's going to play out on Saturday, but we're going to be to the park, Masons Edition.
And Kristen, any final words as you celebrate your birthday?
Yes, I would just like to say I'm truly grateful for this opportunity to give back to the community, and I hope this is a push for other persons to also be action-oriented and have a want to give back to those.
around them and in need.
Kristen and Krishan Butler, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and all the best to you on Saturday. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's truly a wonder. Royal Caribbean Cruise Line's Wonder of the Seas made its inaugural visit to the Bahamas Wednesday with thousands of passengers on board.
With 18 decks, 20 restaurants, and spectacular shows for guests to see, the newest ship in Royal Caribbean's fleet is not only a wonder of the world, but a wonder of the sea. Its inaugural voyage to the port of Nassau, a long time in the making.
And over 50 years ago, our very first port was Nassau. So here we are 50 years later through everything we've all been through, and Wonder of the Seas is coming to Nassau.
Outside, cruise passengers welcome to a makeshift cultural village complete with a Junkanoo rush out, where 5 levels up, officials exchange ceremonial plaques to mark the historic occasion. The 200-ton resort on the sea, boasting the title of the largest cruise ship in the world.
This is the 5th ship in the class, Oasis class. All of the Oasis class ships come to the Bahamas, and this literally was built during the pandemic. So it came through extraordinary times. It's an extraordinary ship. We're incredibly proud of it, and we're very pleased and proud to bring it to the Bahamas.
The Wonder of the Sea's arrival in Nassau officially placing the Bahamas among Royal Caribbean's most popular ports. Tourism stats, a testament to this fact, as the company's cruise passenger percentage continues to grow to levels not seen before.
That before the pandemic it was 34, now it's 47. It tells me that in the port of Nassau, RCL's rebound is faster than the rest of the industry. We can confidently say that the Bahamas tourism is rebounding and rebounding faster than the rest of the region.
At peak capacity, the Wonder of the Seas can hold almost 7,000 guests, a vital feature as Royal Caribbean continues to expand local operations. RCL CEO Michael Bailey giving us just a glimpse into the company's plans to increase its calls in Grand Bahama and the volume of arrivals overall in the Bahamas.
Back in 2019, we give or take approximately, we brought 1.5 million tourists to the Bahamas, and if we continue as we think it will continue, our goal is by 2024 we'll be close to 3 million people coming to the Bahamas, both to Freeport, to Nassau, and of course to Perfect Day at Coco Key.
And as we head to the break, we take a look back at today in Bahamian history. On March 10, 1973, ZNS began on-air testing in Freeport, Grand Bahama, with the Northern Edition opening its administration offices in the building 2 days later. Also on this day in 2002, 21-year-old Nadia Rogers-Aubrey was crowned the first Miss Bahamas Universe.
As an artist, I travel all over the world, and I find inspiration all around me, from the people, and especially the environment. I love the Bahamas with all its natural beauty, from Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south, and all the wonderful and colorful islands in between. But we must all do our part to keep the Bahamas healthy and clean, now and for the future generations. That's why I want you to find a little time to do your part. I'm doing my part because I care. Do you?
Andros is the #1 bone fishing destination on our planet. Sports fishermen visit our flats every year to participate in one of the most fulfilling outdoor activities known to man, fly fishing. And guess what? It's 100% sustainable. Without areas like the west side of Andros, sustaining this industry would be absolutely impossible. So let's take care of nature, and nature will take care of us.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
It's time to spring forward. On Sunday, March 13th, daylight saving time comes into effect. So at 2 a.m., remember to turn your clocks forward by 1 hour. This message brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Well, it's Kidney Month, and Bridget Raming, Clinical Manager at the Kidney Center, joins us on the morning edition. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for bringing me here.
Why is kidney health so important?
Kidney health is very important because, the kidney are vital organs, and it works very closely with the heart and the lungs, to help improve our red blood cells to carry oxygens around the body. It also helps to remove waste and toxin from the body, and it also helps our fluid balance and electrolytes, and also control our blood pressure.
Now, what role does healthy eating and lifestyle play in keeping kidneys healthy?
Eating healthy and eating well plays a very important role because it helps to alleviate some of the chronic disease that we are seeing today, especially, particularly diabetes type 2 diabetes, because
Tell us about some of the activities for Kidney Month.
Some of the kidneys activity for the month is we are having patient education activities, staff education activities, and we are also having some media appearances, and we also having on the 20th, we are having a virtual symposium at 4 to 6 p.m. via Zoom and Facebook, featuring with the Kidney Center Healthcare team. And on the 26th of March, we are going to have an open house where we have our patients and relatives who's going to come down and enjoy some fun activities with us, where we'll be giving out a lot of toys and giveaways.
Thanks a lot, Bridget Raming, for joining us here on the morning edition and telling us more about Kidney Month.
Thank you.
Crystal Darling is at Fort Montague, where a campaign is underway. We're going to turn things over to our Crystal Darling, who's standing by over there in Montague. Good morning, Crystal.
Good morning, LaDawn, and we're still here at Fort Montague, like LaDawn said, and I'm here with the Antiquities, Monuments, and Museums curator, Namiko Miller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Could you tell us about this fort? I understand that you are planning on reopening this fort in April. Could you tell us more about that opening?
Okay, so we plan to reopen this fort sometime in April. That will be reopened with Fort Charlotte as well. A little bit of history on this fort. So Fort Montague was built between the years of 1741 and 1742, and it is the oldest fort that is still standing. When Governor Tinker arrived onto the island of Nassau, he realized that Fort Nassau was not the only fort that would be able to help Nassau in case of invaders, so he commissioned this fort to be built. Quick history about this fort is that this fort is the only fort that actually saw action. So in 1776, when American invaders came, they actually seized this fort. When this fort, they blasted three firing shots, and the soldiers who were in this fort, they abandoned the fort and they left, and so they were able to take over this fort. And so we're excited to open up this fort to have people to come back and visit Fort Montague and all of our forts in general. So we're excited for that. So this fort is being reopened sometime in April.
Okay, thank you. And we know that this is a very small fort. What kind of activities can people look forward to when you reopen?
So for this fort in particular, we're going to have a lot of interpretation done. So we have our interpreters who are going to be dressed in period costumes, and so they're going to be telling the history of the fort and the history of the Bahamas in general. So that's something to look forward to. We're going to have some interactive activities going on in the fort in the form of projectors and some other stuff that we're planning, but we're not going to let out that secret as yet. You're going to have to visit to see that. But we're excited to have people to come to visit in Fort Fincastle, that is March 28th. So for sure they'll be open. And for Charlotte and Fort Montague, sometime in April.
Okay, thank you for that. And lastly, before we leave, could you tell us why is it so important for Bahamians to come and experience their culture?
Well, once you understand your history and your culture, you have an understanding of the past, and so you can understand where you're going in the future. Now, a lot of people, they say that they don't want to understand or they don't want to study history because they think that it's boring. So it's our job at AMMC to make history more entertaining, make it more interactive so that we can attract that crowd and our audience to show them that history is not boring. It's your story. We want to share this with you, and it's very important for you to know exactly where you came from and to show you where you're going. It's your future and it's your past.
Okay, thank you so much for that this morning, Namiko. Back to you in the studio, LaDawn.
The Lower Bowl Clinic partnering with a number of community stakeholders to host its joint cleanup campaign and pop-up mobile clinic. 106 children from the Luther District volunteered their efforts to make the event a success. Area Member of Parliament, the Honorable Sylvanus Petty, and other dignitaries were on hand for the Community Outreach Initiative. The team was split into 5 groups, which focused on different areas of the airport road and covered the full length from the Rubis gas station intersection to the 3 Island dock and surrounding parking lots. 60 bags of trash were collected and discarded at the North Eleuthera landfill, which consisted mostly of glass bottles and soda cans. Some derelict vehicles were also removed from the 3 Island dock and parking lot. The nurses of the Lower Bogue Public Clinic were also on hand at the 3 Island dock with their pop-up clinic, which allowed persons to get free screening for blood pressure, sugar weight, rapid HIV testing, and flu shots.
Julian Believe joins us this week on Journey TV to share his journey from humble beginnings to chasing his dreams and becoming a world-renowned recording artist and entrepreneur. Tune in to hear how the word believe fueled him throughout this pursuit and ultimately became a part of his legacy. Don't miss this powerful episode. This and every Thursday at 8 p.m. on ZNS. Journey TV, we share life's truths.
Abuse, domestic violence, suicidal tendencies. Are you being stressed out from these problems? Call the national hotline at 422-2763 or 322-2763. There are trained social workers available 24 hours to help you. Know that you are not alone in this.
Krista Darling did a Zumba workout at Evolve. I can't wait to see how it went.
It's a full body workout, and it's fun.
That's Evolve Fitness Zumba coach William Saunders, who showed me how to get fit using song and dance. And sure, dancing doesn't really come to mind when you're looking for a new workout routine, but Saunders explains just how diverse this Latin-based workout is.
They cater to all international music. So it's a cardiovascular exercise. You could call it aerobics. It's all about bringing your personality to the class. And so it's good for everybody. Whatever your level is, that's where we meet you.
According to Saunders, the diversity of music and moves aren't the only elements that amplify the impact and range of this workout.
Sometimes I use weights. You could use bands. You could use light weights for toning. It helps with toning. So that's some kind of ways you could beef it up for persons who probably just don't want the dancing aspect of it. So you could add weights to it. Actually, you use every muscle, every body part, depending on the instructor, because the moves could be a bit intense, so you use your entire body.
I have to admit, I came into the Zumba class expecting the typical Zumba routines I've seen before. And after trying it once or twice several years ago, I was a bit intimidated. However, I was surprised at the variety of elements in William's routine.
If you want to be really successful at Zumba, just move. All I want you to do is move. Move your shoulders, lift your feet. That's all you have to do. Everything else will flow. Because it is a dance party, by the way. You can't really mess up, because like I say, you just come into the class to be free, be yourself, and I just want you to keep moving. So we just want you to keep moving and up to a pace where you can get your heart to a certain rate, and we're good to go.
Turns out I had nothing to worry about all along.
Well, when they come to my class, I just want them to leave stress-free. My rules are, it's my class, my rules. Come in burden, leave light.
And
now I see why Crystal went home early on Tuesday, just did not have enough energy.
But she was showing us a good workout. She was really working it out. I like that.
Well, be sure to stay tuned into the ZS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. Then you can tune into the Northern Edition on the Bahamas tonight at 7 o'clock. Crystal did a Zumba. I'm going to work my mouth now.
Be quiet. Yes. Have a great morning, everybody.
Yesterday, and I was so hungry. I had money in my pocket, but confused but what to eat. $5 on the code. He say, look, boy, go buy us some Chinese. I say, Chinese ain't gonna do the trick. There's something else I need. Before you knew it, Eggy came walking by. He had crab juice on the mouth. He looked at me and smiled. He said, I've been by the crab house to get me some.